better come get some. C'est comme ci, c'est comme ça, ma chérie. La 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 la. Francia, Colombia, te gusta. Freeze. Que Balvin, que William, te gusta. Freeze. Te gusta mi gente y eso se fue muy. No le baja forma nunca para vos, eso es probado y plan. Friday night and I'm riding solo. When I touch down, give it up my Lolo. I don't mess with your energy. I'm photos. So antisocial, but I don't care. Don't give a damn, I'm gonna smoke here. Got a bottle in my hand, bring all up. Got my hat low, don't talk to me. I've been down, give me some space. You don't know what's in my brain. Music loud, he's in my pain. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. On something, on something, on something, I wanna fly, yeah. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. Wanting nothing coming between me and the night. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. On something, on something, on something, I wanna fly, yeah. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. Wanting nothing coming between me and the night. I need room. When you standing way too close, you might catch flues. When I zoom, as I'm with up on myself, right past noon, then I'm gone. Hennessy was drowning all of my issues. Right before I leave, she give me more than just a mission. That thing got my back just like my engine, I can't hit it. Seen a vision in a way to keep coming. I started to spin you. Left me right in my place. I put you down my name. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. On something, on something, on something, I wanna fly, yeah. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. Only nothing coming between me and the night. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. On something, on something, on something, I wanna fly, yeah. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. Only nothing coming between me and the night.
Attention all parents. If you are escorting your senior, please get behind the team bench. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Union Stadium. Today's matchup features the Ohio Polar Bears and your Mount Union Purple Raiders. Today's senior day at Mount Union, and we would like to take a few moments to honor Mount Union's 5 graduating seniors. Their hard work and dedication on and off the field has helped build the Mount Union women's soccer program over the past 4 years. We want to thank all of the seniors and their families for all they do, they will always be Purple Raiders. Now, let's meet the seniors. First, we have number 2, Abby Andrews. Abby is majoring in early childhood education, 4th and 5th grade, with a minor in intervention specialist, and she is from Broadview Heights, Ohio. She is accompanied by her parents, Vince and Kathleen Andrews. After graduation, Abby plans to find a teaching position in the Cleveland area back at home. When asked about her favorite soccer memory, Abby said pulling out an unforgettable win as underdogs in the 2016 OAC Championship. What Abby missed most out of being a Raider is seeing and living with her best friends every single day and getting to create stupid, unforgettable memories day in and day out. Ladies and gentlemen, Abby Andrews. Next, we have number 6, Julia Krause. Julia is majoring in civil engineering with a mathematics and geology minor from Mantua, Ohio. She is accompanied by her parents, Maria and Rob Krause, and Don and Ann Marie Spice. After graduation, Julia plans to find an engineering job in Ohio and becoming a certified engineer while possibly adopting a dog. When asked about her favorite soccer memories, Julia said winning the OAC tournament, Halloween practices, and eating breakfast at Doug's with teammates. What Julia will miss most out of being a Raider is karaoke on bus rides, practicing every day, and wearing sweatpants every day. Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Krause. Next, we have number 8, Lauren Beach. Lauren is majoring in nursing from East Rochester, Ohio. She is accompanied by her parents, David and Trisha Beach. After graduation, Lauren plans to move down south and work on a labor and delivery board. When asked about her favorite soccer memories, Lauren said being a part of history and being on the OAC championship team in 2016 with its first ever NCAA win, overnight travel, and endless memories with her teammates. What Lauren will miss most out of being a Raider is living with her absolute best friend, seeing all her friends on a daily, and all the memories she has made over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Beach. Next, we have number 15, Maggie O'Donnell. Maggie is double majoring in finance and marketing from Avon, Ohio. She is accompanied by her parents, Hugh, Amy, and Ken. After graduation, Maggie will be working for PNC Wealth Management as an analyst in downtown Cleveland. When asked about her favorite soccer memories, Maggie said pre-game dance parties, box lunches, and Steve the bus driver. What Maggie says most about being a Raider is being a part of a community that feels like family and being surrounded by my lifelong best friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Maggie O'Donnell. Our last senior is number 20, Maria DeFranco. Maria is majoring in early childhood education with a minor in intervention specialist from Twinsburg, Ohio. She is accompanied by her parents, Joe and Laurel DeFranco, and sister Gianna. After graduation, Maria plans to become an elementary school teacher. When asked about her favorite soccer memories, Maria said winning the OAC championship, singing karaoke on the bus, and spending many hours with my bestie Maggie. What Maria will miss most about being a Raider is getting to step on the field every week with her best friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria DeFranco. Please give our senior Raiders and their families one last round of applause.
Testing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Saturday night soccer match between the Mountain Union Purple Raiders and the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Now, let's see the starting lineup.
5-9-2 and with a 1-6-1 record within the OAC.
And while we're at it, why don't we give all our seniors one last round of applause?
An 8-0, a perfect record in the conference heading into the ninth game. And for the Lady Raiders, senior night here. And after
First, for the Polar Bears. Number 2, Haley Moses.
Then their seniors out here for a great win, as they have been
Number
mathematically
3,
eliminated
Sienna
from the race
Morris.
for an OAC tournament spot.
Number 11, Jersey Zito.
And now introducing the starters down on the
Number
field.
17,
We'll have the
Carissa
national
Beck.
anthem, with the members so after, and then
Number
we'll be back here for the start of the
19,
game.
Jay Reary. Number 22, Rose Nienaber. Number 24, Megan Breyer. Number 27, Sydney Leshnak. Number 28, Abigail Matthews. Number 33, Jenna Fuller. An eagle for the Polar Bears. Number 0, Megan Pearson. The head coach of Ohio Northern is Mark Batman and is assisted by Caleb Paulino. Now, the starting lineup for your Purple Raiders. A senior, number 2, Abby Andrews. A sophomore, number 4, Sarah Thomas. A senior, number 6, Julia Kraus. A senior, number 8, Lauren Beach. A junior, number 9, Britt McCauley. A junior, number 13, Keely Malone. A senior, number 15, Maggie O'Donnell. A senior, number 20, Maria DeFranco. A freshman, number 24, Lauren Francisconi. A freshman, number 25, Lily Adams. An in-goal for the Purple Raiders, a freshman, number 35, Skylar Mann. The head coach of Mount Union in her 9th season is Kelly Clark. She's assisted by Carolyn Belzano. Now would you please rise and gentlemen remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. good sportsmanship by demonstrating respect for all student athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Fan ridicule of the opposition is strictly prohibited. Degrading remarks will not be tolerated. Be loud, be proud, and be positive. Thank you.
Alright, the national anthem's over. The activities have concluded, and it's time for kickoff here at Mount Union Stadium. Orland Beach kicks off for the Raiders, and we're off here. Pass up ahead, almost intercepted by the Polar Bears. Mount maintains possession. Pass up the sideline, and it's going to head out of bounds off the Raiders. ONU toss. Ohio Northern long pass up the near sideline here, and won't quite be able to get there. Jennifer not for the Polar Bears, not quite able to get there. Toss Mount Union, heads off of Thomas. ONU toss coming up here. Toss goes off the Raiders. Thomas gets it. Thomas moving up the sideline. Thomas loses it. ONU sends it back. And the Polar Bears are going to get set here. Ball over midfield. Raiders get the takeaway. Send it deep and out into the Polar Bear territory. And it's going to roll harmlessly to the goalie. ONU moving up the far sideline, parking up to midfield. Pass up past midfield. Cleared out by Mount. Toss in, long toss. Can't quite keep it in bounds. And pass coming up here for the Polar Bears. Ball ricochets on an attempt to pass off another Polar Bear, and that's going to be a toss coming up here for the Raiders. Long toss, corralled. ONU contesting. Pass, almost picked off. Pass from Courtney Arp, almost picked off by the Polar Bears. And the ball gets sent out of bounds off of Ohio Northern. Toss to Thomas. Thomas taps it back. Thomas's pass across the field picked off. Ohio Northern trying to find a hole here in the defense to move through. And the long pass somehow kept in bounds. Ohio Northern down along the sideline, looking for a cross. And the ball somehow still in bounds. And it's going to go out the back end zone for a goal kick here for the Raiders. kick on the way. Low and short. Raiders get it back. Send it up to midfield. Sent back by ONU. Northern pass tapped the head into the box. Raiders there to get it. And the Raiders clear it out here along the near sideline. Toss coming up here for the Polar Bears. Toss headed away by Haley Hunt for the Raiders. Oh, pardon me, Keely Malone. Couldn't quite do a one on that jersey for a sec there. But nevertheless, ball in Ohio Northern possession right now. Long pass up into the box. He's got a man there. Boy coming in. And we've got a collision there down the box. Pass up into the box. Goal! And just like that, Ohio Northern gets in and opens the scoring here with 40 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the first half. Miscommunication there between the goalie for the Raiders down there and one of the defenders leads to a collision.
Goal for Ohio
And a golden
Northern.
opportunity for the Polar Bears
Scored
here.
by number 22, Rose Neighbor, and assisted by number 3, Sienna Ward.
And it was Rose Nienaber. Sorry if I butchered that last name a little. Rose Nienaber. Number 22 for the Polar Bears took advantage of that golden opportunity and sent it home to open the scoring here. Raiders look to bounce back now. Quickly lose the ball to Ohio Northern. Pass deflected off of Malone for the Raiders. Ohio Northern tapping short. Pass back to midfield. Picked by the Raiders. And tapped right into the hands of the Polar Bears. Ohio Northern looking to get reset here, just past midfield in their own territory, looking for a lane to move through. Pass up ahead, finds a man, Polar Bear hits the ground. And refs are going to make a call, and that's going to be a free kick coming up here for Ohio Northern. And from up here, looks like Nienaber might be the one set to take it on the way in the box. Headed up by the Raiders. Headed right back into the box. Headed another by the Raiders. Ohio Northern looks to be coming away with the ball here. And the Raiders clear it up back towards midfield here. Hornby with the ball moving up along the sideline, loses it. Ohio Northern taking over. And the Polar Bears get reset. Pass ahead with some defenders. She's got a man. Finds Beckham out here. Beckham attempts the cross. And it's going to go out wide left and out behind the goal. And it'll be another goal kick coming up here for the Raiders. Although Maggie O'Donnell has gone back to take it for her goalie. Short kick headed back by one of the teammates. Raiders send it ahead. Ohio Northern gets it, sends it right back into Raider territory. And a missed touch there by Abby Andrews. Sends it out of bounds for Ohio Northern pop. Toss tapped out by Thomas. Another toss coming up here from Beckham. Beckham's toss finds her man this time. Polar Bears in action. It's Ward. Ward passes, finds a man. Polar Bears getting hounded by the Raider defense here. Pass back to Beckham. Beckham tries to put some moves on her man. Beckham stays on her feet. Gets a pass, but it's going to go a little bit too long there. And it's going to be... Oh, no. They're going to say it went off the Raider defending her prior to the pass, so it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Ohio Northern. Both teams set. Corner on the way in the box. And it's headed out of bounds. And that's going to be a goal kick coming up here for the Raiders here. With 36-34 to play here in the first half at Mountain Union Stadium. Raiders still looking to even the score here. We get something going offensively. Ohio Northern a steal. Ohio Northern shot! Right out, man. And a nice save there by the Raiders. And almost certainly a scary situation there to be in goal. Ball headed up and out of bounds by Ohio Northern. Mount Union toss. Short toss to Andrews. Andrews tries to put some moves, loses the ball. Ohio Northern takes over, moving up the field. Nia Naber with the steal. Ohio Northern looking to move up now. Well, on the far sideline now, moving along. A pass up into the top of the box. Cleared back out by the Raiders. Mount Union. They've got a chance. McCulley dumps it off. Andrews moves up the sideline pass. McCulley. And Ohio Northern gets the takeaway. Ohio Northern moving up the midfield now. Long pass down the sideline, and no one there but Mance get it. There's a little bit too much juice on that pass there by the Polar Bears. And a high boot. Just inside midfield here. And we got some nice back and forth action here. The Polar Bears finally come away with the ball. Ball on the sideline, barely in bounds. Raiders have it. Sent up the midfield. Ohio Northern sends it right on back. And Mance comes up to make the save. Well, rather, I should say the grab in this case. Rolls it out to DeFranco. Franco sends it up to midfield, tapped back by Ohio Northern. Tapped it out by Ward. Ward almost had a chance, loses the ball on a collision. And the ball is going to get cleared out into Ohio Northern territory by the Raiders. And Ohio Northern loses the ball in their own territory. Raiders, Sarah Thomas. Ohio Northern respond to the takeaway themselves. Passes up the field, bounces off a Raider toss coming up here for the Polar Bears. Beckham tries to put some moves on it. Beckham still got the ball. Beckham taps ahead, loses it, and the Raiders clear it out. Franco. Polar Bears getting set now. Moving back up towards midfield here. Pass ahead. Finds her man. Ohio Northern tries to lead it. Can't quite. Raiders intercept. Pass deflected. McCulley loses it. Moses with the steal for the Polar Bears. Nienaber. And Nienaber loses it. Raiders get it. Sarah Thomas with the ball now for the Raiders. Sarah Thomas a pass up. Tapped ahead. And McCully doesn't quite get there. Raiders lose it. And the Polar Bears look to reset here on offense once again. Raiders clear it out. Long pass along the ground, up across the field. And the Polar Bears looking to get back in business here. Moses with the ball. Moses into the box, and she's going to shoot wide left, way wide left. There, and it's a goal kick coming up here for the Raiders.
Now starting goal for your Boca Raiders, 0-0, Sarah Taranto.
Picks it up shallow. Raiders still get it after some back and forth. Send it up the midfield where the Polar Bears take over. Beckham with it now for the Polar Bears. Beckham's pass. Finds her man to Nienaber. Nienaber pass back to Beckham. Beckham now. Back to Beckham again. Polar Bears lose it. Beckham loses it. Tapped out of bounds by Thomas. And toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. 30-11 left here in the half. Off the toss. DeFranco's going to clear it up the midfield. Yeah, but the Polar Bears will maintain possession here. Northern blitz some defenders. Raider gets in there. Raiders get in there. Send it away. Ohio Northern still with the ball. Beckham now. Beckham a pass forward. Beckham's pass picked off by the Raiders. And McCully sends a shot off of number 28 for the Polar Bears, Elio Matthews, for a toss. Raiders trying to get something positive going here. And they're going to say the ball went off of McCully. Oh, nope, they're going to reverse it. They're set on off Nienaber now. So toss for the Raiders coming up. Shorter toss. Ohio Northern quickly gets it back. And Ohio Northern sends it up the sideline. Andrews. And it's going to go off Andrews. And it looked like Andrews actually thought the ball may have gone off her for a sec, as it looked like she was walking towards the ball, but the ref said nope. And Fuller has a toss. Nienaber loses her footing on the ball, slips, and ball heads out of bounds. So that's going to be a toss coming up here from Mount Union. New ball now off after the toss by the Raiders. Now Northern moving up. Past midfield now. Moses with the ball now. Looking to find a man here. Moses tapped it off to her right. Ball heads out of bounds and went off the Raiders. Toss coming up for Ohio Northern. Coming up here for the Polar Bears. Short toss. Tap it back. Cross up into the box. Nienaber a shot. And an easy save there by Mance as it went straight at her. Mance the long pick up to midfield. And the Raiders trying to get something up, and the ball's going to tap up and out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off of Polar Bears out there. Taking a deflection off Matthews. Toss coming up here for the Raiders. Deflection off Ohio Northern. Andrews recovers though for the Raiders. And out of bounds off the Raiders. Shots coming up here for Ohio Northern. Ball bouncing around back and forth now. Adams elevates for a header. But in the end, Ohio Northern manages to come away with it. Long pass down into Mount Union territory now by the Polar Bears. And it's going to get sent out of bounds harmlessly for a toss here for Ohio Northern. Ohio Northern. And ball out of bounds off of Ohio Northern. Toss Mount Union. Ohio Northern into the box. And threat cleared out by the Raiders. Billy finds her man back to McCully. McCully to Andrews. Thomas loses it, and Andrews going to clear it back down and deep into Polar Bear territory. But Ohio Northern gets the ball back. With the ball now, Sarah Thomas tapped it back to Abby Andrews. Ball takes some reflections off a pass, and the Raiders going to clear it out past midfield, and toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. Polar Bears looking to get reset here on offense, and Beckham can't quite corral the pass all the way, and it's going to be tossing up here for Andrews and the Raiders. Headed back and bounce by Thomas. ONU gets the takeaway. Beckham taps back as the Polar Bears get reset here. Northern now, far sideline, moving up the field. Tapped ahead, right of the box, in towards the corner. Looking for the cross there. Gets the pass, gets the deflection, but doesn't quite head out of bounds like she would have hoped. And the Raiders get the ball back and send it back up towards midfield. Out of bounds off the Polar Bears. Toss coming up here for the Lady Raiders. Pass across the field to Andrews, and Andrews can't quite corral it. Toss coming up here for Ohio Northern.
Now setting in for Ohio Northern, number 10, Emma Barney, and number 16, Lauren Naso.
And a pair of substitutions coming in now for the Polar Bears. Number 10, Emma Barney, the sophomore forward out of Oak Harbor High School, and number 16, Lauren Naso, a freshman out of Grosse Hill, Michigan. And we're back underway here. Raiders trying to get the ball back here at midfield. Beat comes away with it. And the Polar Bears send it right back over the line. Andrews pass picked off here by Nienaber. Nienaber gets nutmegged though by Lily Adams for the Raiders. And the Raiders back in business. Polar Bears get a takeaway now. Nienaber's pass to Beckham along the sideline. Can't quite get corralled by Beckham. Toss coming up for the Raiders. And the toss picked up by Nienaber. Nienaber, top corner of the box. Passes ahead, and the Raiders going to clear it out there. Keely Malone there to eliminate the threat for the Raiders. And corner coming up here for Ohio Northern. Keeps it on the ground here to Beckham. Beckham across into the box. Ball's up in the air. Headed up. Ohio Northern with it. Ohio Northern pushing there. Raider hits the ground. Ref says play on here. And the ball is going to head out of bounds off the Raiders. With the takeaway. Raiders moving up the midfield now. Foley tries to put some fancy footwork in. Puts a half spin move in. Raiders still with it. And an excellent slide tackle there by Ohio Northern. Initially, refs saying off the Raiders, but they reversed the call. Toss Mountain Union coming up here. And Ohio Northern didn't step back deep in their own territory. They look to add another goal here as the period continues to weigh on. Ohio Northern back in midfield now. Trying to split a pair of defenders. Naso turns around, beats the grown man. And Polar Bears pass up the sideline. He's got a man. He has some daylight. Nienaber, a shot. And it's going to go wide left there. Narrowly missing the goal and looking to just narrowly have gotten out of the reach there of man. And another goal kick coming up here for the Raiders. Mishandling by Sarah Thomas, and we got a toss coming up here for the Ohio Northern department. Beckham, a longer toss in. Beckham toss tapped right back by the Raiders. Nienaber tries to get a pass Malone. Malone gets a piece of it though and sent it out of bounds. Toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. This is the intended target, cleared out by the Raiders, now midfield. Raiders moving into Ohio Northern territory deep, but lose the ball. Naso with the ball now for the Polar Bears. Naso sends it up. Pass deflect off a Raider.
Now sending for Ohio Northern, number 9, Alex Contenza, and number 18, Ann Major, and in the Purple Raiders, number 21, Maria Hobeck.
Maria Hobeck coming in here for the Raiders, as well as a pair of Polar Bears coming in now. As Allison Contenza, number 9 for them, and number 18, Dan Major, come in for the Polar Bears. Raiders with the ball now, getting set in their own territory. Pass up to midfield. Raiders. With Hobeck finds a man. Raiders lose it. Ohio Northern now. And out of bounds. Let's say it went off the Raiders, so another toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. Tossed in. Polar Bears have it. And intercepted. Raiders intercepted clear. Polar with the ball now moving past midfield. And McCully in the double team now loses it. Ohio Northern taking over. Long pass up the field by Ohio Northern. He's got a man. He's got a man there, right side of the box. Looking to do something big. And we got a Raider and a Polar Bear hit the deck end. We got a foul going down here. And as it was in the box, it looks like we're gonna have a penalty shot here. And it's Nia Nauber there. Nia Nauber at a point too for the Polar Bears. Back to take the penalty here. And is on the way, on the sway, goal! And it's good. Goes in up in the top shelf on the left corner there. And Nia Nauber adds his second goal of the game here for the Polar Bears.
Shot and scored by number 22, Rose Nienaber.
15:34 left to play in the first half. Nia Nauber coming dangerously close to netting a hat trick here in this regular season finale here. And for the Lady Raiders, it's go time. And yeah, for the Lady Raiders, got to get something going here. Start penetrating and start pushing this defense here from Ohio Northern. Raiders kick off. Down the sidelines, out of bounds. And went off the Raiders, so it could be a toss for Ohio Northern here. Polar Bears skip it across the field to Beckham. Beckham sends it long up the field, finds her man. He's still on her feet, still has it, moving along the sideline. Somehow keeps it in bounds. Left side of the box now. And it's going to go out of bounds off the Raiders, so. Well, corner coming up here for Ohio Northern. Beckham moving up here, keeps it on the ground again for this corner. Hits Beckham here, left side. Beckham across on the ground, takes a deflection off the Raider. Nope, oh, they're going to say they went cleanly out. And it's going to be a Mount Union call. Raider hits the deck, ref says play on though. Raiders clear the ball out to midfield. Ball still in bounds, Raider in pursuit. And it's going to go out of bounds for an Ohio Northern foul. Beckham along the near sideline. Beckham going on a run. Beckham still on the feet, loses the ball. And the Raiders clear it out. Nienaber's pass picked off by the Raiders. deep down into Ohio Northern territory. Ohio Northern sends it out of bounds along the sideline. Mount Union with the toss well into Ohio Northern territory in their best positioning they've had today, field position-wise. Short toss here, taken away by Ohio Northern. Still in bounds, a fight there along the sideline, and the Polar Bears are going to come away with it. And just like that, the Raiders see their best field position of the day go up like Nienaber with the ball now. Near sideline, Nienaber moving across, split some defenders with the ball, and her intended target can't quite get her foot on the ball. A little bit too far to the left, and it's going to go right to Man. Man sends it up high, midfield. Polar Bears with the ball, moving up. Shot, top of the box, a shot! And we go wide left. Wide left there. Circle kick. And once again, Raiders bringing in a regular player in to take the goal kick in the place of Man. Ohio Northern gets it off the kick. Moses sends it back to midfield. Ohio Northern sends the ball ahead. Too long there, and it's going to go out harmlessly out the back of the end zone.
Now serving for Ohio Northern, number 14, Haley McGuire.
Kick on the way. Short, headed back. And ref's gonna blow a whistle and the ball is going to Ohio, not Ohio Northern, against Ohio Northern. Raider ball here. Raiders send the ball ahead off the free kick. Mishandle it, lose it. Ohio Northern far sideline now. They've had a third goal here in the first half. And we got a Polar Bear tripped up there. Foul going against Mount Union. Free kick coming up here for Ohio Northern. And he keeps on the ground here. Far sideline. Run ahead, look for the cross. On the ground, into the box, picked off by the Raiders. And whistle blown, it's going to be a Mount Union ball. Back and forth here at midfield. ONU coming away with the ball. Northern sends it over to Beckham, near sideline. Beckham a tap ahead. A shot, and it's in! A long shot there from what had to have been about 25, 30 yards out. Straight up into the top shelf, right left side, left corner of the goal there. Fantastic goal there by Emma Barney, the sophomore of Rocky.
Goal for Ohio Northern, shot and score by number 10, Emma Barney. Phenomenal goal score there by Barney. A great, terrific shot, lots of velocity, and able to pinpoint and put that ball just in the right place where Mance wouldn't have a chance to get to it. And that makes the score 3-0 as Ohio Northern leads here with 9:22 left here in the half. Now serving for your Purple Raiders, number 10, Courtney Arp, and number 16, Cassidy Miller.
And coming in for the Purple Raiders, Courtney Arp and Cassidy Miller. Raiders right side of the box now, trying to get across the flex off of Ohio Northern. Cleared out to Andrews. Andrews tries to get the box back in. Tries to get a pass to Fleck. Raiders still got it. Pass to Fleck again. Bringing it way up now. And sends it up into the box, but no one there to service it. Was right at the goalie there for the Polar Bears. Booted up high. The Raiders putting their best run of the game yet. Their best offensive possession of the game. As Ohio Northern gets the ball back and we can be set. Tapped out of bounds by Art. Barney with the ball now for Ohio Northern. Going on a run. She's got a pass ahead. She's got a man. And it's going to be cleared out of bounds by DeFranco. Well, actually, pardon me. It's going to stay just inside it. Just in bounds. Ohio Northern still has it. Top of the box. Going in. Drive. And going to lose it now. As the Raiders now send it out of bounds. For a top. ONU a short toss ahead into the right of the box. ONU looking for a cross. Sends it out. Moses snapped it over. And ONU now top of the box. Looking for something here. There might be a shot here. Shot! And that's in! Top shelf once again, but this time on the right side as ONU scores again. Not even 3 full minutes since their last, and that's going to make it 4-0 here as the Ohio Northern lead continues to lead here with 6 pitches.
Shot scored by number 16, Lauren Naso, and assisted by number 10, Emma Barney.
11 up down. Who scored that goal in just a second here. And the Polar Bears just refuse to let up here and keep the foot down on the gas pedal here. Raiders kick off. This time just send it off and send it into Polar Bear territory instead of tap it back. Polar Bears with the ball. And Polar Bears up midfield now. Barney looking to go on a run. DeFranco in pursuit. Barney dumped it over to her left to Beckham. Beckham tapped ahead a little bit too long, and Andrews is going to be there to clear it out of bounds. Sent up into the box. Cleared away off the tap. Northern trying to get something going here. And the Raiders going to get it back up to midfield. And Raiders with the ball now. Andrews a pass across the field. Raiders looking to move up now. Pass ahead. McCulley. And Raiders lose it. Intercepted by Ohio Northern. Polar Bears moving up now. And Polar Bears send it up into the box, where man scooped it up with ease. Polar Bears get the ball back. And out of bounds off the Raiders. Toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. Toss on the ground. Picked off by the Raiders. reacquired by the Polar Bears. Pass ahead. McGuire. McGuire passes out. Sends up into the box. Shot! Up off the goal post. The man's down there thanking the lucky stars. She managed to get a hand on that and send it up into the goalpost, the football goalpost. Otherwise, that one certainly would have been a 5th goal there. But ball ricocheted up off Mance in the top iron, and it's gonna be a corner here. Ohio Northern keeps on the ground again to Beckham. Tap the back, and Ohio Northern sends it out. Ohio Northern into the box, and it's gonna go wide left there. Goal kick.
Now, Gianna Ronaldo, and number 17, Alana Taylor.
And coming on here for the Raiders, a pair of substitutions, Gianna Ronaldo and Alana Petrocchi. And we have confirmation, look at the goal for the Polar Bears, that 4th one. It was in fact Lauren Naso there with an assist by Emma Barney. And goal kick on the way. Keep it short, sends it to Andrews. Andrews pass across the field, tap back. Lauren beat with it though, and gonna go ahead of bounds off the Raiders for a toss here from Ohio Northern. Longer toss, tapped ahead with 3 minutes left here in the first half. Ohio Northern gonna lose it, head out of bounds, and the Raiders gonna take over. Polar Bears now right side of the box, looking to add a 5th goal here in the first. Loses it, and gonna go out of bounds now. For corner. Sent on the ground, into the box, up in the air now. Bounce back up in the air by the Polar Bears. Go forward, a shot! Stopped there by Mance. What a save. Looked like she bobbled for a sec before securing it. Getting her other hand in there to secure it. Great stand there by the Raiders. Kick sent up the midfield. The Polar Bears sent it right on back. Up with a deflection. Sending it deep down, rolling into Polar Bear territory. Ohio Northern rapidly falling back. And the Polar Bears got cleared up on the side and sent up. Tap back by the Raiders. Raiders bounced it up, headed by Ohio Northern, and we've got a thrilling back and forth going here in Polar Bear territory. And the Polar Bears finally managed to come away with it, moving up past midfield. Polar Bears. McGuire sends it out to the left. It's Naso. Naso, a shot. Up and well over the crossbar. Goal kick coming up here for the Raiders. 56 seconds left here in the half. The Raiders are going to get anything going here. They're going to need to get something going now. Lower kick. Still gets up a little shallow with midfield here. Raiders got it. 36 seconds. Raiders got to get moving. Raiders tap ahead. Raiders far sideline. 27 seconds now. Ohio Northern get the back in Raider territory. And Polar Bear hits the deck end. That's going to be a foul. Free kick coming up here. 10 seconds left here.
10, 9, 8,
And they're just going to get off a last-second shot, and Mance is going to secure it off the bounce. And that's going to conclude the first half of tonight's regular season finale here between the Ohio Northern Polar Bears and the Mount Union Purple Raiders. At the half, the Polar Bears lead the Purple Raiders 4-0 here at Mount Union Stadium. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for a brief recap of the first half, but these in the second half for both teams in the WRMU halftime show. Welcome back here to Mount Union Stadium for the brief WRMU halftime show here. And at the half, the Raiders have fallen behind 4-0 here to the Polar Bears. And this will show the dominance that Ohio Northern had through that first half. Let's look at some comparison stat-wise. In terms of shots, Mount Union registered 1, with that lone shot being also on goal. And Ohio Northern had 16 with 9 shots on goal. 16 shots in the first half, and over half of them ended up being off goal. That just there goes to show you right there. That's the only statistic you really need to look at to get an idea of just how dominant Ohio Northern was in the first half. And here in the second half, piece of the game, Mount Union tighten up defensively in that final third and really start pressing, start getting some more possessions where you're pushing the ball down towards the box and getting some more shots on goal, making the goalie work, making the defense work. And if you can do that, you can have a chance of getting momentum back on your side. And for Ohio Northern, you just got to keep playing your game, keep the pressure up, and we get out of here with a dub. And we're off again here for the second half of tonight's game here. Ball out of bounds, Mount Union toss, plucked it up. Raiders still got it. Raiders send it up to midfield, trying to clear it out of their own defensive end of the field here. And collision down on the field. Raider and Polar Bear alike hit the ground, and ball's going to go against the Raiders here, so it's going to be not Mount Union, an Ohio Northern free kick. Long kick down along the far sideline. We've got a Raider. Appears to be DeFranco getting there, and DeFranco's going to tap it out of bounds just in time to keep a Polar Bear from getting their paw on it. Pass by Ohio Northern short, tapped back. Northern looking for a cross now. Loses it for a sec, get the back. Into the box. Mance can't corral it, and it's going to be in there for a goal. And the Polar Bears waste almost no time here in the second half and quickly get themselves on the board and push the lead to 5. With, just a minute 40 into the half, the Polar Bears once again find the back of the net.
Goal for Ohio Northern, shot scored by number 33, Jenna Fuller.
And the goal scorer on that goal for the Polar Bears was number 33, Jenna Fuller, a junior forward out of Countryside, Illinois. And for Mance, she's got to be kicking herself down there. Not quite able, it looked like she wasn't quite able to corral the ball. Took a deflection and then deflection off the post. And that's right there what made it 5-0. Polar Bears send it back up to midfield now. Raiders headed back. Kraus taps it to the side. Polar Bears get the ball off an interception. Polar Bears lose it, tapped away by the defense. And the Polar Bears up in midfield, got to send it ahead. They might have a chance. They get a pass. They've got a woman. She's going in. Loses her man. A shot on goal. And it's right of Mance. The fancy footwork there from Megan Breer, but can't quite pinpoint the ball and move it around enough. But phenomenal footwork there, losing multiple, really the same defender or two, but multiple times shaking him. Great job, but just couldn't finish. Polar Bears quickly getting the ball back here at midfield. And ball out of bounds now off the Polar Bears. So toss coming up here for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. ONU quickly get the takeaway here. And ONU moving back up towards midfield here along the far sideline. And Ohio Northern crossing the field, getting a pass up, and it's going to be just a little bit too long. Her man intended target can't quite get there, and it's going to be a Mount Union toss. Polar Bears quickly get it. Polar Bears top of the box now. They could have a chance, and the defense gets there and intercept the pass. Union defends the pass midfield. Polar Bears get it back. And the Raiders intercept the pass. Think ahead. And cleared out from the box by the Polar Bears. And that'll be a toss coming up here on the near sideline for the Purple Raiders. Grady sends it in, takes a couple deflections, and the Polar Bears come away with it. Polar Bears now far sideline, near sideline, pardon me. Fuller trying to go on a run. Fuller's still on there. Fuller loses the ball for a sec. Gets it tapped away. Recovers. Finds a man. Cross into the box. Headed away by the Raiders. On the ground now. Ohio Northern tries to get it. Raider falls down pretty much over the top of the ball. Raiders and Polar Bears hit the ground to life. And looks like the ball's going to go against Ohio Northern. They're trying to get something going. Mount Union Raiders defense. And stay there. And sends it back in. ONU's going to look to get reset here in their own territory. And Raiders get the takeaway up the midfield. Looking to get something going here in the second half. Raiders. And Andrews finds a man along the sideline. And Ohio Northern quickly gets the takeaway. Sends it up along the sideline, out of bounds. And Raider toss coming up here. High looping toss here by the Raiders, tapped away by Ohio Northern. And the Polar Bears in business, tapped away by the defense. And the Raiders getting the ball back here. Krause sends it ahead, finds her man, loses it, and when you loses it, Raiders can have a chance. Oh, goal! And, gonna go wide left. And it's gonna go wide left for a goal kick. Had me there for a sec. I really thought that was going in. I was excited, as I'm sure anyone listening could tell. I thought that one was cut in and out. Darn. That would have been a heck of a goal had it been cut right. Goal kick coming up here. Pardon me, goal kick happened. And the Raiders quickly got it back. And the ball's going to end up easily back in the hands of Ohio Northern here. With Grierson easily picking it up and allowing her defense to settle back. Sends it up to midfield now. Polar Bears tap it ahead, headed up by Adams for the Raiders. And the Raiders got the ball back, moving past midfield. Headed up, take the header off of the Polar Bear down there. Still being tapped back. Raiders get it back, then lose it. Ohio Northern up to midfield now. And send it over midfield for the Raiders to pick up. O'Donnell with the ball now. O'Donnell just sends it ahead. Finds her man. And Raiders lose the ball along the far sideline. And get it back. Heads out of bounds, and the refs are going to rule. And they're going to rule that it went out off of Ohio Northern. So toss coming up here for the Raiders. Ball on the sideline now. Ohio Northern gets the steal. Being hounded by the Mount Union defense. The Raiders get it back though. Raiders moving it up. Raiders might just have a cross here. And it's going to take a deflection out of bounds. And it's a corner coming up here for the Raiders. Now let me check the statistics. This might just be the first corner kick tonight for the Purple Raiders. And indeed it is. First corner coming up here for the Raiders on the night. Great opportunity on the way, kept low on the ground, in the box. Raiders reverse, tries to shoot, loses it, takes a deflection, another deflection, and finally cleared out by Ohio Northern. And a long shot up into the box. And Grierson's just going to let that one head out as it went way wide left. And that'll bring up a goal kick for Ohio Northern. Goal kick coming up here for the Polar Bears with 34-34 left in regulation. Grierson sends it up to midfield. Takes a tap off a Raider before the Polar Bears get it back and tap it ahead. Out of bounds and toss coming up for Mount Union. Beach has it now. Top of the box. Tries to put the moves on it. Tap to the head. Into the box. It's loose. And Grierson's going to manage to fall on falling to the ground. And the Raiders starting to get some semblance of momentum here on their side here. Starting to finally manage to start applying pressure to Grierson and this ONU defense. Certainly a positive sign for the Purple Raiders tonight. Ball rolling deep into Mount territory. This could be a shot. And Mance is going to be there to actually stop it. Raiders with the ball now. Beach crossing the field. Beach loses her footing, taps the head, and Ohio Northern picks it off. ONU sends it deep into Raider territory. DeFranco returns it. Raiders at midfield now. Malone with the pair of defenders, sends it up. Head just, but it will be intercepted. Grierson sends it up to a teammate. On the sideline, out of bounds. Cross coming up here for the Purple Raiders. Raiders win a battle along the sideline. Moving up now. And ONU sends it ahead. O'Donnell in pursuit. And O'Donnell's going to stop the ball there. Battle on the sidelines now. ONU still got it. Sends it across the field. It's going to be a race here, and no one's going to get to it, so it's going to head out of bounds for a Purple Raider toss. Raiders putting some pressure, trying to get someone going. Really hounding Ohio Northern in their own zone. ONU sends it up past midfield again, and this one's likely going to, oh, no, it's going to be kept just in bounds by DeFranco for the Raiders. DeFranco sends it past midfield, headed back by ONU. And the Polar Bears are back in business in Mount Union Territory. And it's supposed to be soon. An interception there by DeFranco. Put them into the threat quickly. Raiders moving past midfield now. A tap ahead. It's a race to the ball now. Who's going to get to it? And the Polar Bears, a battle. Oh, Raiders win it though. Raiders into the box. And it's going to go way right of the goal. Goal kick coming up here for Grierson. With 30-22 left here in regulation. Grierson. Kick is up. Raider take the shove, and foul going to be called going against Ohio Northern here. Maggie O'Donnell. Raider take the free kick to the Raiders. O'Donnell. Waiting for a team to get set down here. On the way. O'Donnell keeps it on the ground here. To a teammate. Shot up and in, and expertly scooped up there by Grierson. And the Purple Raiders are certainly getting a lot more momentum on this side here in the second half. Really starting to finally manage to penetrate and push this ONU defense here. As Grierson sends it up past midfield here. Ohio Northern managed to come out with the ball, and we'll try and move up here. Polar Bears getting reset here, looking for a lane. They found one. Tapped it back across midfield, didn't like the look. And a long pass down the field, picked off by the Raiders. Or rather deflected, I should say. ONU recovers, ONU moving up. ONU a shot! And it's going to be stopped there. ONU deep in Mount Union territory. It's going to go out back of the end zone here. 28-12 to play here at Mount Union Stadium. Substitutions now, both teams. And a corner coming up here for the Polar Bears.
Now sitting in for Ohio Northern, number 9, Allison Contenza, number 10, Emma Barney, and number 19, Jane Beerick. And in for Mount Union, number 4, Sarah Thomas, and number 5, Gianna Renala.
Top of the box, sends it in. It's tapped ahead, and that's a goal. With 27-14 left to play here in tonight's game. The Ohio Northern Polar Bears are going to extend their lead to 6 here at Union Stadium. And just a second shoving up there, and who managed to tap that ahead. My apologies. A little hard to see numbers sometimes up here in the bottom, especially with sports like soccer where you don't really have padding to, stretch out the uniform and make it easier to see the numbers. And we're off again here. Mount Union moving the ball up now, loses it. Ohio Northern loses it. And the Raiders have it all on the far sideline. Then across, headed back. And the Raiders gonna kick it right out and get the clearance here. Ohio Northern back in business. Right side of the box. Looking for a shot. Tipped in. And it's gonna go wide left there. And Sarah Durano in the goal for the Raiders. As something had occurred.
Now sitting for Mount Union, number 8, Lauren Beach.
Unfortunately, my apologies, I missed. But all the same, goal scored there. That last goal was scored by Jennifer. That sixth goal, we don't have an update for yet. Unfortunately. So, kick coming up here for the Raiders. Goal kick.
Now sitting for Mount Union, number 21, Maria Hobeck.
And Maria Hobeck coming in for the Raiders now. Set deep here. Polar Bears get it back. Polar Bears might have something here. Polar Bears going on a run. Left side of the box, looking for a cross. Coming across. Pass deflect up off the Raiders. And it's going to be sent out of bounds by the Purple Raiders. Toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. 24:47 to play here. Long pass up the field, sent back by the Raiders. A little back and forth action. The Raiders come away. And I spoke too soon and intercepted by Ohio Northern. Sydney Lishman with the steal, with a great steal there for the Polar Bears. And Ohio Northern starting to go on a run into Mount Union territory now. Could be a chance. Ohio Northern top of the box, tap to the head. But no one there to get it, but the Raiders. But the Raiders. And it's going to be a goal kick coming up here for Mount Union.
Now sitting for Ohio Northern, number 16, Lauren Naso.
And Lauren Naso, they're coming on here right now for the Polar Bears. Goal kick then up, tapped it by Ohio Northern and Mount Union respectively. And the Polar Bears managed to come away with the ball. ONU sends it ahead. Take a bad deflection. And it's going to be a Mount Union toss coming up here. And Raiders at midfield now looking to move on up the field, and finally have an update here on the goal scored there, the 6th one for Ohio Northern on the night. Goal scored by Abigail Matthews, and she was assisted by Sydney Lishman on the play there. Raiders still have the ball now, moving. Raiders slipped up, hits the deck, and looks like the rest of them call a foul on the play. So a free kick coming up here for Mount Union. Free kick on the way, up high into the box. And it's going to be caught by Grierson, but we're going to see some people in the stands between this. She may have been in the goal at the time she caught the ball, with the ball obviously having crossed the line, but refs saying she was out. No goal here for the Raiders. And the shutout will continue for Grierson. And Ohio Northern going on a great run now, right side of the box. He could have a chance for a cross here. Cross in front, and Carano scoops it up with a defender in her face. Carano sends it more shallow here. And the Raiders manage to get a good clearance now. Collision there between McCulley and a Polar Bear. Polar okay, and the Polar Bears come away with the ball. Looking to go on a run now. Polar Bears get the ball tapped away. He'll keep it though. And a pass across the field. No Polar Bears in the zip code there. And it's going to be a toss coming up here for the Purple Raiders.
Subbing in for Ohio Northern, number 12, Courtney Mavazo, and number 36, Sammy Lyon.
And ONU still with the ball. Now ball's been jostling back and forth, some back and forth. And the Raiders going to get it now across. Renala. Ball heads out of bounds. Looks like Renala may not have even realized it for a hot sec, but she was out, foot or so out. But toss here for ONU. Quick the deflection. Heads out of bounds is for 21 for the Raiders, Maria Hobeck. Hits the deck, takes a bit of a stumble. High toss up, headed by the Raiders. Tapped back. And then getting it back up to midfield. Forced for the Polar Bears to reset here on offense. O'Donnell are cleared. Toss here by Ohio Northern.
Subbing in for the Polar Bears, number 7, Caroline Geller, and in for the Raiders, number 16, Cassidy Miller.
Getting set here, trying to move past midfield here. 18:56 to play in regulation. Mount Union going on a run now. Right side of the box, loses it, out of bounds, and they're going to sail one off the Polar Bears. Toss coming up here for Mount Union. Short toss in, tapped by the Raiders. And a shot takes a deflection off the Raider. And Ohio Northern, top of the box, still has a chance here. Coming near in, just has to be one person. And tapped out of bounds by the Raiders. And toss coming up here for the Polar Bears. A short one. Not very deep. Pass up to the top of the box. Tapped away by the Raiders. It's a foot race now. Raider, Polar Bear. Who's going to get there first? And the Raiders going to get there. Send it up towards midfield. Ohio Northern maintains possession. Ohio Northern now. Pass ahead along the sideline. Far sideline. Raiders gets in there. Gets a piece of it. Sends it out. ONU toss. Then out of bounds again. Once again off the Raiders, so another toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. And 16:48 to play here.
Subbing in for the Raiders, number 13, Keely Malone.
Keely Malone here coming on for the Raiders. Raiders send it up to midfield now. Ohio Northern gets the possession. Ohio Northern trying to go on a run now. Ball's deflected, head sent up high. Both players miss it. And the Raiders are going to look to get the clearance here, and they will. Ohio Northern tries to get a pass down the field into the box, and it's going to be way too long, and Brandon's going to scoop it up. Here with 15:36 to play. Sends a Strala boot up to 40. Ohio Northern gets it back soon. Ohio Northern into the box, and cleared out by now. Northern, top of the box. Now clears it out again. Ohio Northern still on the attack here. And the ball is rolling. Barely kept him down. Sent in the box. There could be a shot here. And can't quite lose it. Cleared out by the Raiders once again here. Briering. And foul call in the play. So free kick coming up here for the Raiders. With the ball now, trying to move up here, tries to get a pass, and it's going to be a little too long, just a hair too long for her intended target there. Looks to be McCulley from up here on the box.
Coming in from Ohio Northern, number 8, Maggie Omer.
And for the Polar Bears, Maggie Omer coming on here off the bench. Off the toss, ONU has it. And ONU's going to send it down to Raider territory before being cleared back to midfield. Raiders send it back further into Polar Bear territory. And the Polar Bears are going to advance up to midfield now. Mount Union clearing. Sideline now, Polar Bears. See a Polar Bear hit the deck, and the refs are going to call foul on the play. Free kick coming up here for ONU. Kick goes on to the goal, and Morano's going to fall to her knees to corral it. Sends a pick up towards midfield high. Raiders clear it out now. Send it down to Grierson. And Grierson's just going to dump it out the rear ring. Right ring. Pardon me. Polar Bears moving up past midfield now. Sends his pass, takes a couple deflections. Polar Bears still have it. Polar Bears getting towards the top of the box now. Mount Union intercept. Sarah Thomas there for the Raiders to make the play. And the Raiders face heavy stiff defense here at midfield as they try and advance it. Looking to break Grierson's shutout tonight. Raiders lose it. And OU loses the ball just outside the box. Raiders get it, and Raiders clear it out to midfield. Refs are going to blow the whistle, and a free kick is going to be coming up here for the Purple Raiders. O'Donnell sends it down, about 10 yards out of the box. Raiders still got it. Raiders get it back off an interception. Sarah Thomas. Intended pass to Sarah Thomas picked off. And Polar Bears, just like that, find themselves back in business offensively. 10:26 to play here in regulation. Polar Bears moving up past midfield. Polar Bears looking like they want to run. Polar Bears. They control race. And whistle blown. Raiders tripped up. And we'll see what the call is here in just a sec. But it looks like they're going to call it on against the Raiders. So free kick coming up here for ONU. Leshnick back here for the free kick. Leshnick into the box. It's on the ground. Tap. And Toronto makes a diving tap to save David. Great play there by Toronto there. Having the awareness, reading how the ball is going, and making the right call, right read, right play. Raiders now moving down the sideline. Long pass. A little bit too long. Defense is going to get there and send it back to Greer. Trying to move past midfield. Loses the ball. Raiders take over. Raiders now. And trying to break the shutout here. Raiders get into the box. Basically a lot of competition. Still got it. A shot on goal. And it's going to go wide left. Another.
Coming in from Howard, number 13, and Nick Arm.
For the Raiders. Raiders. And we're doing a very rare shot attempt on the night for the Lady Raiders. Pierce set up for a goal kick now. Interception. Quickly lose it though. .751 to play here in regulation. ONU now, far sideline, going on a run. Looking for a cross now. Contested by the defense, cleared out by the defense. And the Raiders kill the threat. Raiders send the ball up past midfield now. The foot race, Grierson coming in, and Grierson's going to scoop it up before Purple Raiders can get their feet on it. Northern here. Shallow. Moving up in the deep. Pass ahead. Flash shot. And it goes wide right out of the back for a goal kick now from the Raiders. And mass substitutions coming on now for the Purple Raiders. As I can only imagine.
Now sitting in for the Purple Raiders, number 5, Gianna Ronaldo. Number 7, Madison Pepper. Number 11, Caitlin Stewart. Number 12, Brittany Chapman. Number 17, Alana Patrick. Number 18, Elisa Summonen. And number 19, Maria Cormanek.
And actually, as it turns out, on a single senior pulling in now, turns out Coach Clark for the Raiders just clearing the bench now here late in the game, letting them bench players log the minutes here, get some experience as they finish out this game, finish out their year, and start looking forward towards the 2020 season. O'Neal along the far sideline faces some heavy contesting from the Raiders. Raiders get it. Raiders with the steal now. Pass ahead. Tapped out of bounds, and it's off the Polar Bears, so it's going to be a Mount Union ball here. 5:09 to play in regulation here at Mount Union Stadium. Long toss down the sideline for the Raiders. Excellent opportunity for a cross, and it's going to deflect off of the Polar Bears, and Mount Union's going to maintain possession here. Cross going up. High toss up, headed away. Raiders still got it. Raiders is on the ground. Pass out. A shot, blocked, another shot, deflected again, ball still on the ground. A shot, off the crossbar, out of bounds, and actually reflects back in, but as it went already out, that's going to be a goal kick. Probably the best, and that was probably easily the best opportunity of the night for the Lady Raiders. Just couldn't quite get that shot down enough to head into the top shelf, but a great possession there for the Raiders. O'Neal in midfield now, moves it up, sends it down, and no one there but Brittany Chapman to pick it up. Raiders take some contact, and a call is going to be made there, final foul. Free kick coming up here for Mount Union. 3:36 to play. Foot tap to the side by Stewart. And Raiders along the far sideline, looking to move deep into ONU territory. Pass almost intercepted there by number 7 for the Polar Bears, Kalen Gola. And ONU's not even get their tie on it and pick it up. And ball sent up, headed out of bounds by Polar Bears. The cross coming up here from Mount Union. Substitution here for the Polar Bears. And we'll get a name in just a sec. Number 25, Autumn Rydell.
Now in number 25, Autumn Rydell.
Sent in towards the box. Towards the goal, but goes right in the hands of Grierson as the shutout continues for Grierson. contact there. Raiders come away with the ball and quickly lose it. Polar Bears with it. And it's going to be sent down along the sideline out of bounds for a Mount Union top. Just under 2 minutes to play here. High, long toss, headed back by Polar Bears. ONU on the ground. ONU. A game of back and forth going on between the 50 and 40 right now. ONU looks to prevail right now. Long pass, foot race, and a little too long there for anyone to get there from Ohio Northern. So toss coming up here for the Purple Raiders. And shorter toss, tap back, and Ohio Northern gets it out of bounds off the Raiders, it looked like, and indeed it was. So toss coming up here for Ohio Northern. Long toss in, finds her target. Sent back though. And intercepted by the Raiders. Shot goes off of Stewart and gets sent deep again. Raiders deep in their own territory now, looking to avoid it. Wow, another goal here, but 20 seconds left. You gotta imagine it's just about all wrapped up here at Mount Union Stadium. And as the final 15 seconds wind down, the careers of Abby Andrews, Maria Carr, Lauren Heath, Maggie O'Donnell, Maria DeFranco, as their careers as Purple Raiders come to a close here at Mount Union Stadium. And while the Polar Bears celebrate a 6-0 victory here tonight over the Mount Union Purple Raiders, clinching an undefeated season here in the OAC, the 1 seed for the OAC tournament and a regular season crown. The Purple Raiders, their seniors, can hold their heads high because they had great accomplishments.
The final score of today's game is Mount Union 0, Ohio Northern 6. Thank you for attending today's game, and please drive home safely. And stay warm.
2018, they made a run to the semifinal before being bounced by Ohio Northern. And the year before, in their sophomore years in 2017, they made the tournament. And in 2016, they managed to take home the whole thing, beating John Carroll at home before going on the road to Capital and Ohio Northern, respectively, for the semifinal and final, respectively. And only falling in the NCAA first round, but to the number 3rd team in the country, a 3rd-ranked Trinity team that went on to